Hello guys, Liza Hudson from Landing Page Guys here, and welcome to another free landing page audit session. So guys, if you're currently watching this in YouTube and you're not a member of our Facebook group, then after the video, head on over to Facebook and search landingpagelab.com. It's a totally free group to join, and in here you're going to find loads of useful tips and tricks. There's some awesome conversations going on in here, anything and everything to do with conversion. And of course, this is where you'll need to be a member if you guys want to get one of your pages into one of these video sessions. And guys, if you're already in the lab and that's where you're watching and you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, then head on over, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't miss out on any fresh content drops, because there's some seriously cool stuff in here, guys. We tell you how to create your pages, your stores, your lead gen funnels, loads of these audits. There's just so much cool content in here. Now, guys, for those of you that haven't been here before, what happens is I have opened up today, it's 5 pages. And what I'm going to do is look at them properly for the first time today. Now, I'm then going to go through, and what we're going to do is basically we're going to add value. So I'm going to go through, be a little bit brutal, if I'm perfectly honest, but I'm going to give you guys some very actionable tips that you can take away and implement today, and you will see an uplift in your conversion rate. I get so excited on these sessions because we get some amazing results. I have literally just had a message from someone who was in our last one, and their conversion rate has gone from 0.6 to 3.8%. Now, guys, that is massive. So really, really exciting stuff. And yeah, let's hope we can do the same today. Now, today is also slightly different, guys, because I am going to do it in a mobile view only. Now, typically I do it in desktop, but people are always saying, what about mobile? What about mobile? Well, basically the principles apply exactly the same. So I thought I would do this video and we'd just do it in mobile view for a change. So with me, as always, I have got my 2 trusty tools. So that is Pingdom, tools.pingdom.com. This is a great little page speed test. And as you know, guys, conversion goes hand in hand with page speed. So always a good one. That's a free one as well. And also I have got builtwith.com. So this is going to show me what you guys are using to actually create these pages. So let's go on to the first one. Now I've opened these up. I did put them into mobile view, so do excuse me while it has a moment. Lovely. Okay, so first page. So obviously we have a cake mold of some description. Let's see what this one is made of. Guys, if you don't see your page here today, don't panic. I will be dropping more videos. And of course, if you want to get yours in one of these, head on over to the lab and drop your links, because there is a post in there right now for you to get a free landing page audit. So I'll just let that speed run and let's have a look. We have a WordPress. Yeah, we have a WordPress page. I've always been a fan of WordPress and Shopify, but WordPress more so because you've got that more sort of control over your design. But also I love Shopify because it's so easy to use. So what do we have? 2.14 seconds. That's actually really not bad at all, guys. Well done. You can probably shave that down a little bit and get it down to sub 2 seconds, apparently just by doing some compression. So that's always very cool as well. So let's get to the page itself. And guys, again, for those of you that haven't been here, what we do is work to something called the AIDA principle. Now, what that is, it means that you, above the fold, you're going to capture my attention. You're then going to pique my interest. You're going to create a sense of desire around your service or product, and then of course give me that action. So that's the A, the I, the D, and the A. So off the get-go, let's have a look at this page. Now, just to note, guys, I'm looking at this on the iPhone 6, 7, and 8 Plus. Normally when I do mobile views, I do it on the 6, 7, 8 because they're very common phones. I'm just using the Plus today for the sake of the video, in all honesty. But let's have a look at the page. First thing to say is, nice pastel pink. It stands out. I love the fact you've got free shipping. You do have your call to action above the fold, which is great. And you have some trust icons down here as well, which is awesome. One thing, guys, you could do with on here, or you should put on here, should I say, is social proof. Now, on desktop, this is super simple because you can put a testimonial above the fold. Boom, done. Not so on a mobile, or not so easy anyway. So if you can't get a testimonial above the fold, fold when you've got lots of stuff going on. Make sure no matter what, you are getting in your star rating. So go with 4.8 or 4.9 out of however many happy cake makers, you know. So again, pulling on the emotive term and making sure that you're giving that social proof immediately when we land. What you could potentially do as well is get rid of the free returns, because people don't really want to think about the return at this point, and make sure that you've qualified for free shipping plus free bonuses. That's very difficult to say. So the more emotive you use your terminology, the more it will sell your product. So let's look at your headline: bring your cake decorating skills to a new level effortlessly. That's good. That's good. You're telling me, you know, that I'm going to be amazing without effort. So you've done a really nice job there. Your call to action, I think the color, in all honesty, you should change. So we always say to you guys to have your primary color and your secondary color, but make sure that your call to action absolutely stands out from the crowd. Now, clearly it does on this page, but it is part of your color palette. So I would consider changing this. The Amazon Gold works very, very well at the moment, as does the green. Your call to action itself, I feel like it's a bit wordy. I don't know, it just seems like it's a little bit too long. But like I say, like the way that you've given it, made it a bit dynamic, and the emoji is fantastic. Again, you need to make sure you get stars wherever you've got like call to actions. But I think above the fold, you want to pop those up here. What would be great here would be to see some form of pricing. And if you're going to do your pricing as well, make sure that you do the striked out price for whatever it was, and then the pricing that you are having today. And if you give a saving, don't give it in a percentage, give it in a monetary value, because people respond very well to that. So as we go down, this is amazing to see, really good. You've got some trust seals here. So we've got the 60-day free, absolutely brilliant. And also the coloring totally suits your color palette. So really, really nice section. Then you're going to start giving me engaging content. So you're piquing my interest. So what you're doing is you're using some really good imagery and essentially reviews, but I think this sells your product beautifully. I think what would be good here is if you could pop in a 1, 2, 3, and you want that to fit on one scroll of your screen. So have a 1, order your cake tin. 2, we're going to deliver this to you plus your 3 free bonuses. 3, you're going to benefit from all your friends loving it and just appear to be this most professional, amazing chef. Obviously not that wordy, but basically what the consumer does, what you're going to do, and then how they're going to benefit from actually having this product in their lives. So that would be nice, and use some nice icons to kind of display that as well. This interest, I think, like I said, it's not going on about benefits, but the imagery is completely selling it. So that's brilliant. As we go down, you then go into the features. We always talk about benefits over features, but I think you're promoting that very, very well. That's fine. You know, your padding is good. Your ticks are nice and clear. That's absolutely fine. Your icons are nice. Love this. Your call to action. This is a much better call to action wording wise. This is way better. Personally, I would have this one above the fold as well. And absolutely under your call to action, make sure you get in that star rating. So it reinstills that social proof. You can have the star rating and or the these, but definitely always have that star rating in there. So it's up to you whether you use those as well, the payment seals, but I need the stars there. Your call to action color, again, you know, let's keep it consistent and always keep your call to actions consistent as well. So I still feel like the Amazon Gold would really stand out for you guys. I love your design with the icing kind of dribbling over the side. It's very good. Then we go into free bonuses, IDs, recipes, and more. Okay, so in terms of, you know, there's some really good stuff here. You know, you've got breathtaking recipes worth $60 for free, but I can barely read it on this background. So either think about making this way darker, this yellow, so that this stands out more, or make sure that you're somehow bolding out these key points, because even in bold, it's very, very difficult to read. And this seems like a key selling point of your entire product, because you're giving them such a bonus. Make sure that's really clear and readable. This is great. This is absolutely lovely. And again, you know, brilliant that you're repeating your call to action, but again, you're changing your call to action. So just keep it absolutely the same. Excuse me. And don't forget to get the stars under there as well. Then you go down into desire. This is fantastic. I love the way you've presented this. I think it's really, really nice. We go down into a money back seal. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't feel you need this section at all. You have already iterated. You have a money back thing seal, a guarantee. So this is almost like filler, and also it's making the page get longer and longer. So I don't think that's necessary in there. You can always just use a seal, which you've already done. So maybe think about cutting that out. Then obviously, that call to action would be neither here nor there because we've not going to that section yet. Then frequently asked questions, nailing it, guys. We love seeing these on the pages, so that's wonderful. And then what's this? Next step. Step 1, step 2. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so here, this is all about the bonuses, obviously your free bonuses. And for the first time, we're seeing the price as well. I think this whole section, all of this content needs to go above your frequently asked questions section. Again, this is one of your key kind of selling points. They're getting stuff free. So make sure that that's a bit higher in terms of priority. I personally would put it here in place of this. Then go into your FAQs and then go into your repeat hero. So like I said, this is the first time we're seeing the price, and this is literally at the bottom of your page. So definitely get your pricing above the fold as well, guys. When you present it above the fold as well, make sure that you are using the striked out and the price on the same line. It just looks so much tidier. And yeah, it's some really, really nice stuff here. I think basically moving some stuff around, getting the stars on those call to actions, keeping them consistent, changing the color, making sure that free part stands out here. And we're adding in a 1, 2, 3 to kind of pique people's interest. And like I said, the pricing and the stars and the social proof above. But really, really nice page, guys. Really nice product as well. I think that's really cool. And on that note, let's move across to the next one. So here's something trusted excavation. Honestly, I put all of these pages into mobile view, but they seem to have just jumped back out. Okay, so let's see what this page is doing. Okay, so this one is, so this one's been built on Unbounce, which is one of the page builders. And in terms of speed, let's just let that run. Okay, so 1.23, so excuse me, this is a very good time indeed, really good time. So that's great. Let's have a look at the page itself. So what do we have? Something trusted excavations. Okay. So obviously we have a lead gen page here. Now, guys, I've actually seen this one on desktop before, and I know that on desktop, this is an absolute killer hero section. So let's tweak that for mobile. So the first thing is, absolutely awesome. Loving the 5 stars, hundreds of happy clients. Again, always think to yourself, is it genuine? If you've got hundreds of happy clients, are they all 5-star? Because people just go for authenticity. If they are, then fair play to you guys. If you've got like 4.8 or something like that, people tend to react better to that because they see it as everyone's got flaws, I guess. So yeah, this is absolutely awesome to see them nailing it there. I absolutely love your strap line on time, on budget, on quality. I think that's very good. You've got some nice bullet points here. The green ticks are awesome. And let me just have a look. So free competitive estimates, locally owned, proudly serving. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. I mean, it's a lead gen page. It's very, very nice content. You're kind of telling us about what's going on here. And you've got a great testimonial above the fold as well, which is pretty good going on a mobile version, in all honesty. So really, really good. You've got a call to action, which is your call here. So that's cool. But you've also got a form fill here. Now, what I would say is on the mobile, make it slightly bigger so that there's less padding from left on the 2 sides. And potentially, I think maybe you could try using a color here. So if you had maybe a yellow form fill. And another thing, so here, you're asking just the right amount of information, which is so cool to see. Sometimes people do overkill, but I think you've nailed it there. Maybe think about having the form itself in yellow just so it stands out even more with your background, which I can see has got the kind of digger and that in there as well. Your call to action is absolutely brilliant. I like the color, it stands out. Again, think about getting the stars underneath here just to help instill that social proof. Also trust, so we need to see some trust. Now that can come in the form of when you do a mobile view, and indeed on your desktop, you know, having something like the Norton or the McAfee symbol in your header can instantly show that you are trustworthy in terms of the information that you're going to give. So that's absolutely brilliant. And perhaps you've got some companies you've actually worked for as well. So that's always well worth featuring in this next section. Then you go down into a 1, 2, 3, and absolutely fantastic to see it's fitting in that one scroll. You are nailing it there. What I would suggest on this page, in all honesty, is if you were to change this slightly. So bring your text down slightly, pop an icon in here, the same kind of size as you have your number. People are very visually drawn to icons. And it just makes for a more kind of pleasant read. And then you can have a smaller 1 than your text icon, smaller 2 than your text icon again. And it just gives it that extra bit of kind of design flair. This is nice. This is, you know, fitting in absolutely lovely. Your padding is very, very good here. This is a lovely section. So you're still piquing my interest. Again, you're still piquing my interest. It might be nice if these images went from one side to the other, just because it can look, you know, the padding on the white space, it just looks a tiny bit lost here. So I think would be interesting to try if you had those going all the way across from side to side with no padding on your image there. Then as you go down, okay, we go into a final call to action. So what you need to add in here in this bit, so after all of your sort of benefits and features and what you guys do, get yourself a desire section in here. So get yourself 3 testimonials. Ideally on mobile version, guys, you want them on a carousel. And the reason for that is that it can make your page so long when you're scrolling through that people kind of start to lose interest and they won't necessarily get to the end of your page. Also, make sure you get yourself a frequently asked questions section on here as well. So what are the barriers to entry to working with you as a company? So ask your clients, ask your colleagues, ask your friends, you know, what would you ask me? And get those 5 things on the page. Now, something we would say, and I didn't mention it earlier, but stick with one call to action. Guys, if you're ever in this position and you have the opportunity to test, then have 1 page with your call, have 1 page with your form. Whichever one works better for you, go with that, because we always find 1 call to action just makes people, you know, it gives them more direction, and you're going to convert a bit higher by having that 1 kind of call to action. But the color is absolutely fantastic. It does stand out. Your use of emojis is great. Just make sure you are getting those stars underneath there as well each time you repeat. So really nice page, couple of little design tweaks and adding in a couple of sections. And I think, yeah, love to see how you get on with that one. And let's move on to the third. So we are just over halfway technically, because we only have 5 today, guys. And guys, if you want to get yours done, or if you have any questions or anything like that, then please just go over, join the lab. You can always drop questions in there. And also you can hit me up on Messenger. I'm always online, it seems. And of course, you don't have to, but if you need our help, just hit us up at landingpageguys.com. So let's have a look at the speed and build. So Zipify, Shopify, fantastic, absolutely fantastic, love it. Okay, so just wait for that speed to run. And what have we got? 1.83 sub 2 seconds on Shopify. You guys are nailing it today on the speed. So it's really, really cool. Okay, so we have here what looks like a product page here. Okay, so let me just go back. Guys, if you're going to run traffic, then please try and go to direct response. And what I mean by that is basically, there's no navigations around your store. There's nowhere else for anyone to go except to take that action, which is to purchase this product. So always run to a direct response if you can. Product pages are fine, but it will outperform a product page every single time. So let's get into the page for itself. itself, first of all, I like the branding. It's really, really cute. I think it could probably stand out a little bit more on here. And again, get some trust symbols up in your header as well. Absolutely brilliant. Loving this. The 5 stars, 279 reviews. Elongate this, guys. So make it, 279 happy, stylish case owners, so pull on the emotive terms, because this is pretty standard, to be honest, for a product page kind of look, except you do have quite a nice personalization here. But there's nothing here to tell me why I want this case in my life. And that's the same with all of these pages, with the cake mold, with any of these kind of sales pages. It's all about the benefits, guys. So what's the benefit to me owning this case? Well, we can elongate this for starters. This is so typical. We see just a statement of what this actually is. Elongate this. What is it? Is it that it's personalized, which I can see it is? Even that in itself is something, or it's stylish, but just give us some sort of emotive term to go with this as well. I like your in stock. I think that's very good. Your pricing is fine. Personally, I would have striked out pricing as well. People like to feel like they're getting a deal, even if you feel like they're not. Always have that pricing on there. So there's like retail and recommended retail. So make sure you're getting some sort of saving on there as well. Your selection looks really clean, to be honest, really good. Your color selection, personalized and add to cart, so that's really good. Add to cart is not as high converting now as it once was. You are almost better off saying buy this now, or grab mine now. But as a converting call to action, it's not converting as well as it did, say, even 2 years ago. And also definitely get yourself an emoji on there as well, because that will increase your click-through rate. Trust, you need to get some trust above the fold as well. Like I said, you can get the Norton, the McAfee, or make sure you get some payment icons somewhere. So make sure you get some trust above the fold as well. But otherwise, you are nailing it, even, or hammering it. And it's a really nice product image as well. You could get some thumbnails in here, believe it or not, you have space. And that would be really, really cool. So as we go down, you should be starting to pique my interest. You've got, looks like a nice video here. Videos are great for piquing people's interests. And let's just have a look. An iconic phone case, personalized, premium leather. Okay, great. So you're telling me about the features of my case, which is great. Try again and pull out more on the benefits, guys. So I know it sounds really lame, but what's the benefit of me having a personalized case? Well, it's the fact that it's going to be personalized. So it's going to be stylish. I'm going to kind of, be the envy of my mates, whatever you feel it might be. Just make sure you are pulling on those benefits, but really nice use of video. I think, let me just have a look. This is screaming out for a 1, 2, 3. So we always talk about those, whether you put it straight here or after the video. To be perfectly honest, I think maybe after the video in this case would be quite nice, but this is screaming out for a 1, 2, 3 in a slightly different way, because you have a very a stepped process you want people to follow. So make sure you're getting that clear. So let's have 1, personalize your case. 2, we're going to get it to you in such and such. 3, you are, going to be looking stylish and protected. Your phone will be protected. So 1, what they need to do with the personalization. 2, when they'll get it, and 3, how they'll benefit from it. Like I said, I like your video. I like this content. I think it's very nice. Your blocks of text are not too big, so this is really good content, really good interest. Again, with the videos, it's great. These images are fantastic, very good quality. Maybe think about bolding out some of the words that are important to your consumer. So non-slip, perfect your look actually is another sort of buzzword. So just bold out any words that you really kind of want to draw people to. I personally would have another repeat call to action at this point, because we're scrolling a bit far now. So make sure you get a repeat call to action, get some payment icons and get stars. Then we go down into desire. So that's absolutely fantastic. Customer reviews, it's a bit dull. To be perfectly honest, I would switch this up for, look what our happy clients are saying, or just anything that's slightly more emotive than, factual customer reviews. Guys, I am really pants with copy, but I do know what works. So let's get something slightly more emotive there. These are great, great reviews, by the way. If you can get, which you probably have, I'm not going to scroll through, try and feature some of the ones that have the images of people kind of holding it as well. But that's really, really nice section. Then I would have a repeat call to action. You need to keep repeating that call to action, guys. And again, with the stars, this is a product page, which is why you've done related products. This is just a distraction. You want people to purchase this one product, but it's a product page. So I kind of get what you're doing. Makes sense. So I'm just going to ignore that bit. Then what you need to do is, you need to have a frequently asked questions section. So make sure you're getting that on the page itself, especially if you're driving traffic to this page. Don't miss a trick, don't miss the obvious. So get yourself an FAQ section, and then have a nice big strong repeat call to action. Again, these payment icons are fantastic, so make sure you get those way higher up for people to see. But yeah, so it's really nice content. It is just tweaking the bits that we've kind of mentioned just now. Okay, so yeah, like I said, really, really good. And I'm loving what you're doing. It's just a case of getting some more kind of like benefits in there as well. So we are actually very, very quickly gone through these today, guys. So I've only done the 5 just to kind of basically have a little go on the mobile version for you guys. But we are finally on our last page. So let's see what this is built with. Now, guys, if you sort of see someone else's pages, I say this all the time, but you see someone else's page and you think, oh my God, that is so good. How do they do that? Just pop it into builtwith.com, because it's going to show you A, what they actually build it with, and B, also all the kind of plugins and things that go to it as well. So, it's going to help you if you want to emulate someone else's, then, this is a really cool tool. So what have we got here? Document encoding HTML. Okay, so we have a HTML page, so I'm expecting this to be good. Okay, so 2.45. Guys, you could actually get that down quite a bit if you are kind of like using HTML. It should be the quickest page to ever load. So I definitely feel like you could get that down a bit. Yeah, there's a few things you can do server side here. Look, so give that to your devs and those guys will be able to bring that right down for you. So let's have a look at the page itself. So debt relief attorney. We do a lot of legal pages actually. So let's have a little peek. Law offices. So we have a call and we have, okay, so again, same principles apply. Guys, is there a reason that you're running two call to actions? Because again, it's just all about giving your consumer kind of like the path of least resistance. So, if you can stick with one call to action, we see this so often, and sort of, believe it or not, you kind of suffer from it. So but if you're going to go with that, that's fine. I like the fact that they are absolutely standing out. I think that's great. Personally, I would get an emoji on here as well. You definitely need to get some social proof here, guys. So this is, you need to have some sort of kind of star rating here. It's a big subject. It's a sensitive subject. So show that other people are engaging with your service straight away. And I think you guys would benefit from that there. Let me just have a little read. So get a customized plan from a debt settlement attorney and alleviate your debt fast. Okay. Immediately stop, reduce extent. Okay, so what I would say here is that obviously this is a very serious subject, but the same thing applies. We do lots of legal pages, and honestly, the data shows us that despite the subject, this is such an emotive subject that people suffer from so much stress from debt. It's one of those absolute killer things that you need to pull out on the benefits here, guys, because this is very, very matter of fact, and it doesn't have to be cheesy, it doesn't have to be corny, but get a customized plan from debt settlement attorney and alleviate your debt fast. Well, really, yes, you're alleviating your debt, but what's the benefit of that? It's going to be peace of mind. It's going to be, settling your future, getting ready for your kids' future. There's so many kind of benefits, but the biggest one being absolute peace of mind for people. So I would try and make sure that you kind of pull out on that above the fold so that you really grab people's attention, because otherwise it's a little bit kind of too wordy. And a bit too flat. So definitely pull on the benefits, guys. This is great, but what's the benefit of these? Reduce, extend, and reorganize your debt. So have more money at the end of every month, Keep your assets protected. So have a future for your kids, repair and improve your credit. Well, that's just brilliant. And, a strategy tailored to your unique situation. So something that's not going to stretch your means. Again, all of these things are great. Just pull out on the benefits a little bit more. Also, guys, you need to get some trust on here, definitely. So is there anywhere you've been accredited by anyone? Your lawyers, so if you've got any accreditations, let's get some seals on there. And also, at the very least, what you could do is get some kind of like Norton, McAfee, those kind of secure sort of seals, so people don't feel like they're going to get spammed. Then as we go down, you've got sticky scroll to action, which is fine. Okay, so you've got some trust here, so that's great. Thank you. I didn't see that. But if you can get that in this section rather than straight into here, it would have more impact, more value to the page. So bring up your trust, and if you can, get them going across the page as well, as opposed to going down here. That's where it's going to have the most impact. So this is obviously your form fill. What I would say is make this a form in itself. So give it some padding either side. And again, get yourself an emoji on there. I know you're a legal firm, but trust me, it will absolutely increase your click-through rate. Again, keep your call to actions consistent. I think get the debt relief fast, maybe get debt relief now would be good. And again, keep it absolutely the same as we go down. Same things apply, guys. You need to have a star rating with your call to actions just to help instill that kind of social proof and trust as we go through. This is lovely. I do think if we had them going across small as well at the top, it would have a lot of impact. Then as we go down, you're giving me some interest. You're kind of telling me about your guys' service. Again, the 2 call to actions. Just make sure you're getting the stars in there as well. This is some nice content. You've got the sticky call to action, so it's good. Again, you're telling me more about this, your best road to debt relief. I like the way you've presented this. I think it's nice that you can kind of choose between the two. I think you've done that very, very well, actually. So that's really, really good. Again, with text, whenever there's large blocks of text, try and get yourself a little icon in there as well, just to draw people's eyes, and they're more inclined to read when they see something visual attached to text. Again, we go down, you're still giving me all of that kind of interest about the team itself, which is a really nice image there. Again, keep that absolutely consistent. So yeah, it's really nice. You've got the desire section, which is fantastic. You are actually getting this all in the right order, which is awesome. I personally would have another call to action after your desire section. That's obviously going to jump them to that form fill. Great to see that you've got a frequently asked questions section. Absolutely loving this page. And then we go back down into your last call to action, is it? Yes, so back down into your last call to action. So this form fill is way better. Again, I feel like this is too wordy. I know it's a serious subject, but you want people to read this and fill this in. So let's just have a look. You learn your best options with free consultation with a debt settlement attorney. Okay. Get an analysis of your situation and how to tackle no obligations. Okay, so it almost feels like this whole section isn't needed. I think just learn your best options with a no obligation free consultation with an attorney would be more than enough for a form fill, because this is getting way too wordy and it's detracting from the goal here. So maybe think about taking that piece away, and again, getting those stars in. So overall, to be perfectly honest with you guys, you've got an absolutely great page in terms of layout, in terms of format. I think testing your content in terms of pulling out on more of the benefits would be a massive one for you guys. Definitely getting your social proof nice and consistent underneath your call to actions. I personally would like to see some kind of icons in here just to kind of draw the eye as well. You've got the repeat call to actions, which is great. And then again, making sure that looks like a form, like it did at the bottom, because that would be great. Getting some trust just here would be really, really of value. An emoji on here, and definitely get your star rating as well. So there's just a few tweaks to that for you guys. It'd be more about testing that content, I think, than too much structural change. And you kind of nail it in terms of like having the sections in the right place, which is so, so cool to see. So guys, we've actually come to the end. I know that was a quick one today. If you didn't see a video here, don't worry. I will be dropping some more videos soon. Of course, if make sure you go on over to the lab, join in there, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you need our help at all, please feel free to reach out. It's landingpageguys.com, or you can hit me up on Messenger. But really, this is just all about the audit. So really great to hear your feedback, and thanks for sending me your pages. Bye.